Well, hello, fellow people. So I want to revisit this one more time. I'm hoping this will be my last one, but I have a feeling it won't be. I just wanted to show you guys this, and I do apologize. I forgot where I picked this up from because I definitely wanted to give the person credit. But looking at this, it really should be an eye-opener, and it absolutely deserves an explanation. Screenshot it, print it out, take it to your representatives. Put it in their face, demand answers for this. Because there was no reason for anybody to die like they did. Now, I will say that for some reason, everybody thinks that registered nurses know how to do the intubation, when they couldn't breathe, so they had to force air through their lungs. It was killing folks. It was literally killing folks because not every nurse is specialized on that type of training. You actually have to go through that training. Not every nurse has it. So they were actually flying by the seat of their pants, and unfortunately you were caught in a compromising situation, and you lost your life due to that, because I do think I caught that cold not caught that cold, but had that experience because I only had 3 colds my entire life. I'm almost 7 decades old. But in 2019, before 2020 happened, I'll never forget it. It was November 2019. I thought I had a cold. It felt exactly like a cold. A cold for me, because I've only had 3, they are 3 days and they are out. I might be left with a little cough and get that phlegm out of you for about a week after that. But the fever and the aches and all that stuff, 3 days, 2.5, gone. My immune system is kick-ass. This one, though, actually lasted for a week. It was like once the fever would break in me originally, it's over. This fever kept breaking but coming back, breaking and coming back. And it was high. But, I just did what I always did. I stayed under the cover. I did my grandmother's remedy, which is a piece of raw garlic. Chew that up, and about 4 to 5 real navel oranges. Don't buy them in a little bag. Get the individual big-ass navel oranges and eat on that. And whatever you got going on is going to dry it up, and the next day you're fine. It would take it down a notch, but the fever kept coming back, and it lasted for a week. So I do think I had something that was part of that. And the part of that is the electrification that is going on. So you notice simultaneously, while this was happening, they were telling you, all of a sudden, we needed to get 5G. I didn't hear anybody complaining about their cell phone connectivity, their internet experience, all the dropping of calls. Nobody was talking about that. They were saying that we needed that to improve the cellular connectivity and all this kind of stuff. No, we really didn't. I did. I started, because when I started paying attention to this 5G stuff, I started asking people who actually have cell phones, because I don't, what kind of experience are you having? Mine's fine. I mean, in even places like one guy, he's a contractor and he drives a lot. So he's got dead pockets that he used to get. He said, I haven't had drop call in ages, so I don't know what they're talking. I haven't found one person that said that they were having issues with their cell phone connection or their internet connection at all. But then 5G started to be the new buzzword, right? Well, the same thing happened in 1918 with the Spanish flu. You know what the common denominator is? The electric wires that we were putting up. We were getting electrified in that time. That's when the phone came out. Right before the Spanish flu hit, they had this thing with the telephone operators called operator sickness. They literally called it operator sickness. But our bodies are not wired to be around all this electricity, all these electronics. And so 5G is the main route. If you were observant like I was, you would notice that these fucking monstrous towers, mostly, this is what stood out to me, they were connected to schools and old folks' homes. They had them all up, and people weren't really paying attention until I remember one of my neighbors talking about, oh, I don't like this because it was right in her back bedroom window, just a humming and a buzzing. That's the common denominator. They're electrifying us. Our bodies are not meant to have all of these electronics around us. So to me, that's the culprit. But this is ridiculous. Please screenshot this. Please call your representatives and let them know. Put them on notice. We see what's going on here. This is in black and white. Africa, the shittiest continent there is, still being held together by Scotch tape and spit because black Africans can't build shit, clearly. But they were smarter than us. 21,000, a little over 21,000 deaths for them, almost 800,000 for us. Because we did everything wrong. And the masking, I honestly think that the medical professionals, air quote, don't know this. They don't know about nutrition, so they don't know a lot at all. They're just memory takers. I've never been more unimpressed with doctors until 2020. To me, you're the snake oil salesman. Y'all don't know what you're doing. But it's the Rockefeller training that they got. They're not smart. They're just good memory takers. But I think the elite was telling you that. Your Fauci's and his wife, director or something, I think she was, of the CDC, while he's giving advice to stupid ass Trump, listening to these nutcases. Conflict of interest already. But he's telling you to wear a mask, don't wear a mask, wear a mask, now wear a mask, and now you're stuck wearing a mask for the rest of your life. I see. They're the ones that I think was hoping that you would get a bad case of hypoxia, which would compound the issue. I mean, it was the biggest, we've had so many. I want to say this was the biggest grift. Well, it was. I mean, it's bigger than the 9/11 grift, too. This was, in my opinion, the biggest grift because so many of you fell for it. It was a test, just like the guy said in front of Trump that day. Should have pulled that video up. He said, this is a live test, and Trump mumbles under his breath like, you should have told me. They say the shit in front of you, because it's hard to keep a lie together. That's why lying ain't good. Because the truth finds its way. It finds its way. Americans, supposedly so smart, but the Africans outdid you here. From the very thing that they said, oh, don't take it. And what was his name? Joe Rogan. They made fun of him taking horse pills and stuff. No, don't take it. You're an idiot if you don't follow us. We have found that there's so much corruption and fraud in this country with our government. The fact that any American would trust them with anything is beyond me. And I remember when JFK was shot, 70% of Americans stopped cold dead in their tracks, stopped trusting the government. Literally. And then we went from that to this. You can't tell me we're not getting stupid. And they're testing you every step of the way. So I'm just giving you a heads up. Excuse me. A heads up. Don't fall for the next one. And again, I can't encourage you enough. Print this out. Show it to your representatives. It's in black and white for you. They have to be hung for this. Because this was a terrorist act, in my opinion. No two ways about it. You terrorize uneducated, dumb Americans to the point where they voluntarily killed themselves. That's how I look at the whole thing. Because what a stupid thing to fall for. And you know how you know it was bullshit? Check out how many people are walking around spitting and hawking up loogies in public. We had to mask up, stay 6 feet apart. But let's just spit everywhere. It's so airborne and so contagious, but you'll spit on the ground and the concrete, you nasty fuckers. You nasty fuckers. Let's not worry about that. Let's hawk up loogies all around us, but we're not contagious. If it really was airborne, we wouldn't be spitting on the ground today. All I see is ladies spitting. I ain't never seen a bunch of... What is going on in folks' mouth? I got a mouth. I don't have this urge to spit in public. What the fuck? Is your mouth that nasty? Well, the human mouth is nastier than a dog. I will agree. But is the taste in your mouth so fucking nasty that you just can't control yourself and spitting in public? It's a disgusting act. It used to be outlawed. It should be outlawed again. It was outlawed because of the cases of tuberculosis rising so high. Not outlawed. Yeah, it was outlawed. Outlawed meaning you can't spit in public. For a long time in America, you could not spit in public because tuberculosis was so bad. Now everybody just spit like it's nothing. I got the same shit going on in my mouth as the next person, the next human being. Why are y'all spitting in public? And then you snort and snot up and spit. Fucking nasty ass, dumbass people who will fall for anything. Zygmunt Brzezinski would be proud.